Hi, my name is Angie, and I'm creator of the new website, breakingfamilypatterns.com. We're here tonight interviewing Gary Stuart, who is the creator of the
Constellation Healing Institute.
The Constellation Healing Institute, known as chifield.com.
Yes.
Yes, and we will be spelling that for you, but it is an amazing website, jam-packed with information about what we're going to be talking here tonight about. And we were just a few moments ago mentioning about the spirituality aspect, the psychic aspect, and the empathic aspect that comes through when you do the work known as constellation work and breaking family patterns work. Gary, can you just put a little bit more explanation into how is it that you become an empath?
Sure. What's amazing is a lot of people come to the workshops and they don't think they are. Within minutes of participating in a constellation, we did one Saturday at my workshop, which are held in Santa Monica, and we did a constellation, and a lot of people were afraid to tell me something during the constellation. They had very specific images and feelings just witnessing it, that they actually were part of it, but they didn't know they could pull me over or talk to me and let me know what was going on for them. So they just were witnessing the constellation, and the field that opened up actually pulled them into the field without them even participating, just being in the same room where a constellation was happening. So it tied into their empathic, psychic, intuitive abilities to help us see the bigger picture. The goal of the constellation process is to see the bigger picture, which includes death, our ancestral lineage, all for the good and support of the client working on their issue. What we find is the energy comes through the room, through the living bodies that have chosen to help this person, and empathically, psychically, and intuitively give us all the information. Don't forget, while they're getting the immediate information in the field, there's a larger field that I'm tapped into while it's going on. So I'm in two fields at once. And those are probably the energetic ancestors generations ago who know that they have complete compassion, love, and just a tremendous desire to help their great-grandchild who happens to be working in the room.
Okay. Now these were this past week that you're talking about specifically.
Yes.
There were several new people who had never seen the work, hadn't heard about it. They were being pulled to it, attracted to it, and there they ended up in this class session and were being kind of
guided.
Yes, guided with feelings and emotions and information themselves.
Very strong.
Did you have to prompt them at all? Did you have to give them any kind of information or preparation in order for this to happen?
No, I just spoke a little bit about in the opening lecture that the possibility that would happen, and don't be afraid of it. And I said no one's asked to participate unless they want to participate, and if they just want to witness, that's fine too. No one's ever forced to do anything. Everyone's always honored and respected. But the field took them over in a way and showed them that they were actually contributing forces to the resolution. And this went about 100, 150 years ago, back in Hong Kong, in the lineage of the family who was in the British colony of Hong Kong in China. Was the specific constellation. They had very specific Chinese information coming through, and they didn't know till the end of the first segment of the constellation that that's what we were working on. One person felt like a victim who was strangled, another one felt like they were a child that wasn't seen. And they had no idea why these feelings were there, but the field was so accurate. And I spoke to the client today, and she said it was totally accurate that her ancestors worked with orphans in the field, trying to save the Chinese children who were getting, I found out a little bit of history today, their ancestors went there, and it was a swamp. The reason the British got Hong Kong, the Chinese couldn't do anything with it because it was a marshy swamp on the coast. And the Brits came in to make it a livable city, and now it's like the New York skyline 200 years later.
Yes, absolutely. Well, the point that we were wanting to make here was that the natural ease and simplicity of working with a family constellation session as a representative is one way and method to help you become more fine-tuned to the subtle energies of guidance. It is real, it is easy, and it is extremely natural. I can attest to that because this is what's happened for myself as well as for Gary.
Yeah, absolutely.
You become more and more and more fine-tuned to those subtle energies, and it's those subtle energies that are your guidance from spirit. It's the easier, more effortless way to live that we've all read about in many teachings. And what else would we like to talk about?
Consciousness, absolutely. We have a few more minutes for this, but
Yes.
but the segment, consciousness. It's all about making consciousness whole. The more open that we are to experience the consciousness of the life force, then if whatever we can handle, consciousness is like the iceberg, and we're living on the tip of an iceberg, and consciousness is very big. With the constellation process, we get to see the 2/3 that's underneath the water. So we are seeing the full consciousness of the multi-generational dimensions of the family system throughout eternity, and only the key elements that need to be seen will show up. So the field itself has an intelligence. It guides me, it guides everyone in the group to come to fulfillment as quickly as possible. So I tell everyone, I'm not the great teacher here. The field is our teacher as a whole, and the field is looking to complete its consciousness. It was broken up, it was chopped up, it never could complete that grief, it never could let the secret out, it never could be whole. And what we find is it's almost the dynamic of life wants to become whole again. And in that we get to experience it every evening, and in that wholeness comes psychicness, empath, full consciousness, and a resolution to the broken part.
And all of this that happens within the Breaking Family Patterns session not only happens for those moments, but it also helps you to be in this field and recognize the field and the answers that it has outside of the sessions. It is truly an easy method, and I would recommend it for anyone who wants to become more and more psychic and fine-tuned to their spiritual guidance.
And intuition, personal intuition.
And intuition as well. It's just a different, just
It's
a
trusting
slightly
yourself.
different.
Yeah, it's trusting yourself at the deepest level.
It is.
Great.
Thank you, Gary.
Oh.
Good place to end on, the deepest level of your intuition. Thank you, Gary,
Absolutely.
again.
Oh, my pleasure entirely. Thank you.